we pray. Loyalty hard to find these days. On my shoulder is a heavy weight. Living water to the...
Caught on video by the military.
Rapper Lil Nas X had a hell of a weekend, releasing a limited line of 666 Satan shoes.
This week, Oxytec began the process of releasing 140,000 male eggs in 6 locations along the Keys. That is part of a live experiment greenlit by the EPA.
At first glance, it looks like a normal hamburger, but it's not just any old burger. The main ingredient in Vera's Bucks Burger is ground lesser mealworms.
Meanwhile, Bill Gates is backing the first high-altitude experiment of one radical climate change solution, creating a massive chemical cloud that could cool the Earth.
The drought's impact clear in places like Folsom Lake, California, critical to the state's water supply. Officials tonight sounding the alarm about the effects of climate change and the new normal that might come with it.
The world's largest meat processing company is scrambling this morning to get back online after being hit with a ransomware attack.
Now, as we come on the air, there are reports of gas stations across the southeast running dry at the same time that the price per gallon is running up.
There are reports on shortages of everything from cups to cake pops.
Carrie, what is that? Holy crap.
Tonight, the ancient Mayan prophecy for 2021 comes true, and all your heart's wildest dreams sparkle to life, starting at 2 a.m. Yes, in just hours from now. So please listen
to call it out. So, let's talk about Elijah. Around 870 BC, in the book of 1st and 2nd Kings, we hear about the prophet Elijah. And this was no ordinary prophet. The power of God rested upon him. When the kings of Israel disobeyed God, Elijah would come onto the scene and whip them into shape. When King Ahab committed idolatry, Elijah was given power to stop the rain and cause drought. Elijah was also given power to heal. There was once a woman whose son had died, and Elijah prayed over the child, and the child came back to life. At one point, Elijah was sitting on a hill, and 50 troops came to him. Elijah called down fire from the sky and burned them all up. And then another group of 50 came to him. He called down fire from the sky again and burned them up. Elijah had an interesting type of anointing. This is why many refer to him as a warrior prophet. Some prophets just deliver a message. Elijah, on the other hand, delivered a message as well as the wrath of God. Now, why is this significant? Well, the book of Revelation says that the witnesses of God will call down fire from heaven in the end times. And it says the witnesses will stop the rain. And so many theologians argue that the same type of prophetic anointing and power that was on Elijah seems to be the same type of prophetic anointing that will be upon the witnesses. You see, anointings can be transferred. Okay, let's look at something. So, Elijah was a prophet of God who had an extreme anointing of power. Now, Elijah had a devoted follower named Elisha, okay? And in 2 Kings, Elijah and Elisha...
Chapter in the Old Testament before 400 years of silence that weren't going to be broken until the coming of John the Baptist. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings. And you shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall. You shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet in the day that I shall do this, saith the Lord of hosts. Remember ye the law of Moses my servant, which I commanded unto him in Horeb, for all Israel, with the statutes and judgments. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. Now, the Apostle Paul characterizes the last days as a time of extreme selfishness. 2 Timothy chapter 3 verses 2 and so forth tell us that it'll be a time when men and women are lovers of their own selves. When society loses even its own natural family affection, will be lost. In other words, there'll be such a mentality of selfishness that even human life in the eyes of man will take on an insignificance. As long as I can be happy, it matters nothing of what happens to others around me.
Soon, it could be time to say goodbye to your banker, stockbroker, and real estate.
Trade its oath to the Creator. Economic growth was spurred by the whip and remained in the hands of the slave masters and their investors. The wealth generated by King Cotton was everywhere. The nation now prayed at the altar of commerce. But the Spirit did not abandon those who had been enslaved, who brought their African gods, the Orishas, with them to the New World.
Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. See that host all dressed in white. God's gonna trouble the water. I call upon the Orishas of the land of the ancestors. Show the people that I is not me. I is we. And we is power.
You are my beloved. I am Oshun. I will uphold you in your courage to carry life forward.
I am Yamoja, the water. When the burden is too great, you rest in my arms.
I am Aye, the earth beneath you. You bleed upon me, and I bleed upon you. The time will come when we rise together as one. Justice does not sleep. Righteousness comes from the hand of the divine. Power of the master diminishes. Those of us who have been enslaved are the soul force raised from the dust.
May the optimism of tomorrow be your foundation for today. And I is we, and we is power, and we are powerless, and we just become nothing but you and they. May peace be in your heart, and may Orishas lead your way.
With the blessing of the one love, we shall overcome.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome. I call upon the Orishas of the land of the ancestors. Show the people that I is not me. I is we. And we is power.
You are my beloved. I am Oshun.
In harmony with nature. But now he's made technology his god. What's it gotten him? Pesticides in his water, in his food, weapons that can destroy the earth 1,000 times over. New gods. They're just parasites. The only reason they're here is to make it easier for humanity to indulge in its most self-destructive impulses until the world ceases to exist.
And without followers, so will you.
Well, I don't see any conflict in enlightened self-interest.
So you are on a mission to save humanity You're just trying to draft me into this war.
Sexist, if you hate. Okay? There will come a day when these brilliant scientists, not born now, will be able to test you and tell if you're racist or sexist, if you hate Jews, if you hate black folks. Why? To save their companies from lawsuits. Huh? All right? Okay?
All about the money.
And just like 100 years ago, most folks didn't know what cancer was, huh? Didn't know what a heart attack was. They existed. And so we're going to be into a whole new world now because this thing has become global. And that's why, hey, when you go outside this country and you hear them talking about the ugly Americans, they ain't talking about black folks, and they should, but some of us are ugly as you. And our behavior. All of that is going to have to change. That's how Obama have changed things around the world. That's why we had 15 minutes to try to get stuff right. And when he went to that first G8 meeting in London, and if you've been following the G8 meetings and the G20 meetings all over the world for the last 20 years, white children have showed up, and whoever's the president, they burn him in effigy. You've always seen it, except in London when Obama was sworn in, and 2 weeks later he went to London. They didn't hang him because they sensitive to how many black folks been lynched. Now how can foreigners be this sensitive, but we can't at home? And you dropping it, huh? And y'all talking about, oh, the stimulus package and the medical bill, we leaving this for their children. You ain't left nothing for your children that they're gonna have to pay for, like a racist attitude and a new world that ain't gonna tolerate it and can test you to see if it's there. That's what we have time for one more.
Guess what? Jesus was controversial. John the Baptist was controversial. Elisha was controversial. Jeremiah was, if you preach real truth, if you stand for real truth, you're going to be controversial. Anybody who doesn't think so, man, they're a baby Christian. That's period. If you think that you're going to go through Christianity and preach real truth and stand on the word of God and everything isn't just about blessings and, oh, going to the nations and, oh, you're a prophet, you're this, and you're going to preach some real truth that confronts people's flesh and confronts people's hearts and steps on people's toes, yes, you're going to be controversial. Yes, you're going to have people that are mad and they're upset about it. And so here's the problem. You have people who will look at me and they say, man, that dude is extreme. It don't take all that. He's doing too much. And then they look at these other Christians that are in the spotlight and they say, well, you know, I want that kind of Christianity because he claims to be a Christian and he still can do this. He can still drink. He can still smoke. He can still party. He can still post stuff like looks just like the world. So why would I want the Christianity that this dude is talking about? He just sounds extreme. He just sounds crazy. And the thing is, people don't know their Bible. So they look at these people that are representing the kingdom and they say, well, I want that dude's Christianity because that dude's Christianity looks fun. Jesus said, take up your cross and deny yourself. We live in a time with Christianity where people don't want to deny themselves. They want to do them. They want to do Christianity their way. God's supposed to be the potter. They're supposed to be the clay, but they've become the potter and they've made God the clay and they're trying to shape him around their feelings, their emotions, their desires, and their ideas. I'll tell you straight up, you don't got to kiss nobody's butt. You don't got to bend over and bow down for nobody. Do what the Lord tells you to do, and he's going to be the one that brings the increase. A lot of people, you know, they sell out to come up. You know what I'm saying? They sell out, they water down the message in order to be connected to certain individuals. And you know what they'll tell you? They say, oh, it's just wisdom. No, it's not. God, you can't fool God. God knows the heart. God knows the real intentions. You know, like, man, I don't want this door to close because I need that money. I need that honorarium. That's why, Brother Marcus, when I go preach places, I tell them I don't need no honorarium.
I'm spiritually bankrupt, spiritually dead. I see it. Spiritually dead. Ain't got no kind of conscience, man. None. But walking around talking about their high value. Okay, your bank account might be fat, but you spiritually fucked up. Don't nobody want to be around that shit. You spiritually dead. Your whole world, your whole outlook and perspective is negative. Period. Is negative. Y'all ain't peeped that with people? is fucking negative. Know what I mean? And you know what else is happening in the world? We losing our senses because we spend so much time on social media. See, there was a time where you would use all your senses of smell, your hearing, your taste. As you tasted something good, as you heard and seen something good, that shit released dopamine in your brain. When your fingertips touch a certain texture. Now we just keep out here in social media and we're losing that part of us, man. Why you think so many people are depressed, anxious? Why you think you see so many accidents on the road and people just be in a hurry to get nowhere? And it's just not a lot of continuity and you know what I mean, compassion for one another, man. Motherfucker walking down the street, he step on a homeless person, get mad at the homeless person.
He doesn't want everybody to get you. He doesn't want everybody to accept you. He doesn't want everybody to embrace you. Sometimes rejection is protection. Okay? Sometimes rejection is protection. And many of you are crying that people aren't accepting you, crying that people aren't embracing you, crying that folks have talked about you, slandered you. That's one of the biggest blessings to your life and destiny. Because in your being isolated from those individuals, God was able to protect you from things that would have the potential to destroy your destiny. I'm telling you, I'm trying to tell you, when I was coming up in school, there were folk that I tried to hang out with and they would be like, no, don't hang out with us. No, don't hang out with us. Don't hang out with me. I don't want to be around you. And I was hurt and disappointed. A lot of those folks are in jail today. A lot of those people are dead today. Some of them who are alive have yet to walk in their calling. And what God was actually doing, he was using the mischaracterization of who I was, or in some cases, it is the proper characterization of who you are. Sometimes people reject you because they know they're dangerous for you. It's not even about you. You're taking it personal. Sometimes folks are trying to tell you, listen, if I get in your life, I'm going to destroy your life. And they tried to tell you. They've tried to warn you many times, and they're trying to give you a way out, but you're not listening because you're busy trying to prove something that does not need to be proven. My God, I'm telling you, God knows how to preserve his own. He knows how to protect his own. He knows how to keep his own. Never do this again where you're trying to negotiate with people about your worth. You're trying to tell people, no, I'm not really like that. If you just got to know me, I'm not really like that. And you're going back and forth with someone who will never see your worth. They will never see your value. They will never believe who you claim you are. They'll never buy it. They've already made up in their mind who you are, and there's nothing you can do to convince them otherwise. So why would you waste another breath trying to tell somebody who cannot be told who you really are? Oh, if folk just knew me, if they really knew, I'm really a nice person. I'm really a nice person. I just wish they knew I was. Why? For what? Who cares? Who cares? Let folk misunderstand you. Let people believe what they want to believe about you. That's not your responsibility to clear that up. I don't know who told us that we have to clear everything up. You don't have to clear everything.
Covered in my dirt, it won't go. I knew I really wanted to be in the tech industry, but I just didn't know how to break that space. And I was getting rejected from all these jobs I was applying to.
There are three parts to
certain levels and certain heights of your life. I tell y'all be quiet, but I also tell you be mindful of who you have in your inner circle. A lot of the people who are your hidden enemies, they know that you're a threat. They know that you're a triple threat. They know that God got his hand over you. And so my whole thing is, instead of trying to love you and support you, these people, it's not there. The love is not there, even though they're your blood. The love is not there because you destined for greatness. You destined for success. And I don't know exactly what's the issue with them, or it's just when God touch you, you his baby. You his baby. He love you. I can't say it and put my finger on why everybody can't get the same blessing, but to each his own, right? So my whole thing is, you will never be able to understand why these family and these friends and these ex-lovers went against you. But I'm telling you, God say, everybody about to know your name. He's saying everything new. Everything new for you. And when you step into these new beginnings, into these new blessings, everybody gonna know your name. You're not gonna have to take no back seat to nobody. When you step into a room, you're gonna own that room. It's gonna be straight respect.
Pop quiz.
They didn't want that. You know what makes a good leader, baby? A good leader is a person that pursues their passion. Not their passion, but they pursue their purpose. A good leader is a person that pursues their purpose. They pursue their calling. They go after what they believe in. They chase behind that. That's what they chase behind. And then what happens is, as you chasing behind what you believe in, as you dedicated and as you discipline to your calling, other people start seeing what you're doing. They seeing, well, because I'm telling y'all, that's exactly the way it worked with me. But you, like I was saying on the Instagram live that I did, as a good leader, right? Even though, like I said, 9 times out of 10, you probably not even seeking that. You got to be willing to be the first one at the party. Don't nobody want to be the first one at the party. Baby, I've been my clubbing day in the crowd. And listen, glory be to God. Listen to this quote. It says, you cannot lead an orchestra until you turn your back on the crowd. You cannot be the leader that God has called you to be until you are willing to turn your back on some things. You got to turn your back on the crowd, turn your back on that addiction, turn your back on that toxic relationship, turn your back on everything from your past. Turn your back on it, baby. Turn around. And don't worry about the devil trying to sneak you. Y'all know, let me tell y'all, I'm tell y'all from where I'm from, baby. Bite when I used to see people get in fights and stuff, and like somebody will try to, when somebody will come up behind them and catch them out of nowhere, they'll say, oh yeah, you won the fight because you stole them. She stole me. What they meant by that was, I ain't get a fair shot to walk up to her or walk up to him and start fighting. They came out of nowhere, grabbed me from behind, or they snuck me from the bite. They'll say, oh, they stole me. Glory be to God. That's what I hear the spirit. That's what I hear the spirit of the Lord say, baby. Come on now. But glory be to God. I'm telling y'all today. I'm telling you, walk out your own destiny. It's going to be lonely sometimes. It's going to be scary sometimes. You're going to be afraid. You're going to wonder sometimes, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? Am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Stay close to God, baby, because God is the one that's going to give you your confirmation. He is the one that's going to give you your revelation. Pray. Meditate on the word day and night. Keep the word at the forefront of your mind. Meditate on the scriptures. Get closer to God. Spend time with him. Feed your spirit. Because God is going to reveal to you. God is going to let you know, I'm walking with you. You are not alone. Every step you take, God is with you. You walking out your destiny. Like my divine sister Naja say, Nicole Nikki say, faith walk. Walk out this, you on this faith walk, baby. Slow and steady gonna win the race. See, you got to believe even when you can't see it. That's what the faith walk is. Meaning that you keep walking out your destiny. You keep walking out your own destiny. Not the destiny that somebody else has planned for you, but you walking out your own divine destiny. Come on now. And even when you can't see your way, are you still going to take steps? Are you still going to keep going? Are you still going to keep trusting God? That's what the faith walk is all about. I love y'all so much. I am Latoya O'Keel, your life coach and your...
He can take things that happen to you. He can take the time that you think you lost, and he is a multiplier. And he can give it back to you. But you got to take it. Just like she tells the camera operator, take it. I hear the Lord saying, I want you to have peace, but you got to take it. And if your mind is on the things that don't matter in this season, you're going to be so distracted. Oh God, it's going to destroy you. But my peace is available to you. You have a... Nobody can break up with you and cause the purpose of God for your life to be interrupted. Nobody can fire you and interrupt the purpose of God. There is no stopping what God has started until it is complete. He will see it through. This is the heaviest artillery on the people who are carrying the greatest purpose. And so if a lot is coming against you, that means God has put a lot in you.
What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Eli Talks TV. I'm back with another video, man. So in this video, I want to talk about the world right now. I'm going to talk about these vaccines. I want to talk about, you know what I'm saying, COVID. I want to talk about a lot of things right now that I feel like we need to catch up on. Because our world, I'm just going to get straight to it. Our world is suffering from... And this is how you know this is going to be the last days. Our world is suffering from a great divide. I mean that to say there's going to be a great divide between people. There's going to be a lot of spiritually dead individuals that's going to be walking this earth. One, because they don't have nourishment for the soul, fruits of the spirit. Two, because they're not in the right state of mind. Three, they're getting their sources of information and resources from these higher ups, the government, you know what I'm saying, politicians, when really they're not leaning on a God that serves a higher purpose for everyone and themselves. People are not taking care of their mental health. People are starting to be worn out, exhausted spiritually, because people have ran from themselves for so long, ran from their situations for so long, escaping and finding escapism through social media, outlets, friends, and other things of that sort, materialism, and they've never dealt with themselves. So now you will see a great divide and a spiritual decline in energy, because the world operates on energy. And when you have a group of individuals who are low on energy, there will be more crime rate, more frustration, more depression, more anxiety, more just more lust. There will be more of the very low vibrational things that were fought off in the near future or in the past will now catch up to America and catch up to the American people, because the American people will not put their faith in God. We have looked to the norms, we have looked to the people, we have looked to Buddha, we have looked to all these other religions. There's only one way, one truth, one light, but people are now discarding God as if he is just some genie, as if he is just some friend that they can talk to now and then. They are now discarding God as, I don't need him, I can do it by myself. I can get through it by myself. I can do without. I can do thou wilt, and I can do anything, and nothing will nothing will come back to me full tenfold. Nothing or no one will do anything towards me because I have a mindset thinking that somehow, some way, I am of deserving of these very things that I don't practice what I preach and put work towards anything that I'm asking for or how I treat people. There's going to be a rise in people who treat people like, I'm just going to be honest, like straight shit. Why? Because people are now feeling low about themselves and now they're projecting it on other people. This is where a lot of that narcissism is going to take place. It take a play in this country and in this life that we live now. Because people have not understood the very things that cause for these very things to not come to pass. You see, people are no longer fighting this stuff off anymore. People are no longer fighting off these dark, low vibrational energies anymore. And they're giving into these entities that they entertain on a day-to-day basis. And this is going to be causing for the very things that's going to be pushed in these near futures. People are at their lowest right now in life. They may have the cars, the clothes, and all, even your rich men. They may have the cars, the clothes, the money, and the hoes. You feel me? But they are at their lowest right now. Spiritually. These people are spiritually weak. These people are spiritually poor. They say that the rich will get richer and the poor will get poorer. Man, look, you're seeing it now. You're seeing it now. People will treat a homeless and look at a homeless man or look at people who have jobs as if they are low tier, as if they didn't work a job before. You feel me? And I'm getting a little bit off the radar right now, but I'm gonna steer back. But I need to talk to y'all because you have now seen a rise in evil because this divide, these vaccines that they're pushing, this philosophy and mindset that they're pushing is now going to separate men from women and separate human interaction from human interaction. People are losing care for each other now. They say in the last days the hearts of many will wax cold and the minds of many will be seared because they will no longer have a love for life. People are going to lose a love for life. And when you lose a love for life, you lose a love for people and yourself in return. See, people have been playing with these demons for so long. People have been playing with the devil for so long. They didn't think that we're going to have to sacrifice for playing this long and playing in a game that they will not win. So if you play for the devil long enough, then you will have to sacrifice something. And your soul goes with the world because now you have put your worldly faith into the world, into these people that do not have your best interest at heart. Look, y'all, I'll tell you this and I'll tell you this straight. Search for God, man. And I really mean that in these last and evil days. Search for your Father in heaven. I need to do that as well. I'm not just talking to y'all. I'm talking to myself as well. Search for the God of heaven, and he shall provide and straighten your way. He shall give you every desire of your heart. You do not have to lean on people. You do not have to kiss nobody's ass. You do not have to look for outside validation. You don't have to look for people's approval to approve of you, because why? You've already been approved by the kingdom. You've already been kingdom approved. You're already noticed. You're already valued. You are already of high tier in the spiritual realm, man. If you have God and Satan after your soul, bro, oh, you are very important. You are very important. But there's going to be a rise in spiritual gifts as well. Like I told y'all in the last few videos, there's going to be a rise in individuals who are going to step up for their faith, who are going to step up in their gifts, walk in their truth, and speak their truth, and be about the truth all wholeheartedly. Now, both of these things will happen from 2021 to 2022. I need y'all to heed the warning. I need y'all to listen and really adhere in what you take in and who you are around. because people will steer you in the wrong direction more than ever nowadays, because now people are lacking direction and they're looking for higher ups, higher sources to guide them in their own understanding. People are now leaning on their own understanding now. That's why now people are now driven far away from him, because now they no longer serve the same heart that the Father in heaven serves for his people. But you have got to be wary of this, because a lot of this is going to start happening. A lot of people are going to start dropping out your life. When you really carry that light, when you really carry this, when you really speak this truth, and you really walk this stuff out, a lot of people are going to start dropping out your life. Don't be surprised, because it will happen to you at any moment. It's going to be the ones that you are closest with. It's going to be the ones that smile you in your face and stab you behind your back. But those are going to be the ones. And that's where your tests and your trials and your tribulations will come through. And this is where now in this season, we will be tested to the 3rd degree, because now your faith is going to be, you know what I'm saying, put on the starting lineup. And you got to decide, am I going to go on this side or am I going to go on this side? Am I going to serve this guy or am I going to serve this guy? You got to make that decision. So now, y'all, man, I'm trying to tell you, like, I feel like we running, as America is running out of time. I know y'all heard about Afghanistan. I don't have all the facts on that, but I'll be posting a video somewhere in this video about the information about Afghanistan. A lot of these things is natural disasters. It's gonna get crazy out here, because now judgment is being brought towards the earth, and people have got to decide what they're gonna do with their time. People have got to decide that materialism, these celebrities they look up to, they're not going to save you. These external things are not going to save you. You have to look within now. You have to go within your soul, within your spirit, within every breath that you breathe, and notice who you are and live your truth. Because if you are already weak in your mindset, in your perception on life, then you will be weak out here in the world. And anything will sway you and take you off your A game and take you away from your purpose. There is purpose in believing. There is purpose in withholding your own light. There is purpose within authenticity. There is purpose in your pain. Shout out to my pain over purpose video. If y'all didn't watch that. There is purpose in your pain. These will be trials and birth pains. But all of these things will birth anew. All of these things will undergo and birth a new set of mindset, perception, skill set, new gifts, new spiritual downloads. Everything will become new in this season, because we are being forced through pain, through trial and tribulation, to step up to our gifts, to step up to our purpose, to step up to what is truly and rightfully ours, and gain everything that God has for us to gain. Now look, man, if you caught all that information, I pray that you take heed, and I pray that you really listen and really gain from this, because I don't just talk for my health. I move whenever the Spirit says move, and I, you know what I'm saying, try to provide y'all with as much wisdom that I know and that I'm being told from the Spirit. So listen, bro, God is within you. If you really spiritually walk with God and connected with God, you will know how to maintain a lot of these things that people say about you. A lot of these things that people put on you will no longer have effect over you, because you will be divinely protected. You are a chosen one, hopefully, star seed, whatever you like to call it. And you have been divinely picked in order for a specific time, such as this. This is a specific time where your gifts will be activated. And this will birth a new set of individuals. And you will know the faith from the far. You will know the wheats from the wheats. And you will know who is really about this life stuff, man. It's not about quotes anymore. It's not about who can post the best picture anymore. It's not about who can stunt and flash anymore. It's not about that anymore. It's about where is your mental health? You know what I'm saying? Where are you at spiritually? Where are you at in this season? Can you determine what season you are at in this season? Can you determine what type of lessons that you are going through in this season? Can you determine what type of lesson that your Father in heaven is showing you through pain? Because there's going to be a whole lot of it. I'm trying to tell you. But anyway, I told y'all what it is, man. Hopefully y'all adhere and gain from this. You know what I'm saying? And again, bro, stay safe out there. But I feel like there's going to be a lot of blessings and there's going to be a lot of curses that's going to go around. But you got to know which lane you're in. And by knowing that, is staying connected to the one in heaven and knowing who you stand for and with. And that's all you need to know. So again, I'm out this thing. It's been easy. And I'll catch up with y'all in the next video. Deuces.
Flesser, no new flag. Bless up, may war, don't forget.